Okay, so let's get this show started. I'm going to use now the Extra Comfort SPF 15 foundation. I'm just really curious about this. Now this comes in a pot. There's a lid on the top. This could be a little bit messy. So it kind of comes in a pot like this. Now this is kind of a drawback, I think, to this foundation because I don't really like applying my foundation with my fingers, and now there's just like a ton of stuff on here. If you're using your fingers, just wash your hands before you use it so that you're not getting any product into it. You can dip it in. 107 Beige. Now this is the lightest shade available here, but I do believe that in other countries they do have more shades. I'm using the Beauty Blender Dupe sponge. This is from DM drugstores. It's a German drugstore. They have these kind of as dupes, but it's basically exactly like the Beauty Blender sponge. Maybe it's looking a little bit too yellowy orange on me, but I'm just gonna blend it out down my neck. Oh, I have to tell you guys something. Last night I had the most disgusting dream. Oh my gosh, I woke up like with a jump. You know, sometimes when you have like a bad dream and then you wake up. So I dreamed that I had worms coming out of this hand. So I was cleaning my bathroom in this dream, and I was cleaning the bathtub, and there were worms coming up from the drain, and somehow they got into my hand, like into the skin. And so I pulled off my glove that I was using for cleaning and started pulling the worms like out before they could embed themselves in my hand. Oh my God. It was so disgusting. There was like so many worms in my hand. If you had any really bad dreams recently, put them in the comments and we can laugh about them. I'm liking how it looks. It looks super, super natural. It's not full coverage, as you can see. Like I definitely need concealer. Like I have a little bit of a... I don't like now that I have foundation all over my fingers, but it's a really nice finish right now that I'm looking at it. I don't know if you can really see it in the video. It's sort of a light to medium coverage, I would say. I think this is one of those foundations that you could build it up if you want even more coverage. You could do a second layer. It really still looks like my skin, so I'm really liking that. It feels super comfortable on. It doesn't feel thick or cakey or gross or anything like that right now. I mean, just after application. I have normal skin, like I don't really have super dry skin. And in the winter, I do need obviously a bit more moisture than in the summer. It also, this kind of foundation right now kind of has a slightly dewy finish. It just looks kind of like I've applied a cream or something underneath. Like it just looks, my skin looks kind of naturally hydrated. It doesn't look like there's shimmer or anything in it. Like there's no shimmer, there's no glitter or anything like that. For really oily skin, I'm not really sure if I would totally recommend it just from the finish, because like it does have that already sort of dewy finish. So if you have oily skin and then your skin is producing oil throughout the day, I'm not sure how that would work, but for me right now I'm really liking how this looks. It looks super natural. So I'm gonna go ahead and use a foundation or just a concealer, I guess, on some areas where I need a bit of coverage. So I'm using the Makeup Forever Full Cover Camouflage Cream. So I'm just going to put that where I need a bit of concealing, which is not very much. I'm going to just use a little bit of the Maybelline Fit Me just to do a little bit of highlighting kind of right underneath my eye. This is really not concealing, this is just kind of to brighten it up. Alright, so that's pretty good. I'm going to just set everything with a powder, and I'm not going to use a super like heavy powder on top because I really want to just see how the foundation works. So I'm going to use one of my old staples, and this is the Kryolan Micro Silk Powder. Now this is going to take a little bit of the sheen out of the foundation, obviously, because it is a slightly mattifying, well, it is a mattifying powder. It feels really comfortable. It just feels like I applied a nice moisturizer or something. So I finished up the rest of my makeup. I used this palette, which is from the Colors of Brazil collection. So this is the Colors of Brazil Eye Quartet and Liner palette. And I also used the Clarins 02 Curaçao mascara that also came out with the collection. So it's a bright blue mascara, and I showed this in my unboxing. and it's fabulous. Blue mascara. I've also tried out the contouring kit that was sent to me by Anastasia Beverly Hills. So I used these two colors for contouring, so this is for contouring, and then for highlighting I used this shimmery, slightly shimmery, and I just used that on top of my cheeks. And then for blush, I used one by Makeup Geek, this color right here, Bliss. I used the Clarins Rouge Eclat number 09 Juicy Clementine. I don't know if this is permanent or this was some part of a limited edition collection. Yeah, so I'm gonna wear this foundation for a few hours and then get back to you with my final thoughts on it. It's now 3 p.m. So I've had this foundation on for about like almost 4 hours now. There's definitely a little bit of oil creeping through. Like I said, it wasn't completely matte, like it's not a completely matte foundation. So I definitely will have to powder it now before I go out, that's for sure. But the actual foundation has stayed on really well. Like I don't notice any place that, well, maybe a little bit here on the bridge of my nose, like right there, where it's worn off a little bit, but everywhere else it's still on solid. Like it hasn't really come off, and it also, what I really like is it hasn't crept into my fine lines. That's definitely something that you probably notice about foundations, is like the cheap ones, they kind of just wander right into your lines and it just makes you look even older, you know? But another thing that I did notice is that I think it might have oxidized a little bit. I feel like the color has kind of deepened a little bit, which is not a lot. It's not like super dark now, but I definitely feel like it's gotten a little bit darker. It doesn't feel gross or cakey or anything. I'm just gonna quickly use the Makeup Forever HD powder. So that really does the trick. So far I'm really liking this foundation. I think this will actually work better in the fall and winter when it isn't quite so warm. Like today's a really warm day, I have to say, so that probably makes a difference also. I'm actually really liking this. I will definitely continue to wear it. So for me, this definitely gets a thumbs up, this foundation. The comfort of the wear is really good. I think like it's really nice to wear, and it feels good. Like it feels good on, and I don't know, I think it looks really good. Like now I'm just looking in the viewfinder, I think it looks pretty good. And it still looks natural, like it makes your skin just look almost flawless, but without being cakey and heavy. For people with super oily skin, I probably wouldn't really recommend this, because if you already have oil, like that dewiness is just going to enhance it. Thanks for watching, guys, and hope you found this helpful, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.